Ralph Havens here. And Ben asked an interesting question yesterday. I think it might have been the first time he thought about this. And and we were at the bike park, and some friends were there, and then a guy that we hadn't met before was there, but our friend knew him and his little boy. So we're all hanging out and talking, and he was talking about how he always tests God. He always tests God. So he was saying this really funny story of he didn't want to go do this one thing, short version of this longer story. And so he's like, I don't want to walk all the way down these stairs and do this thing and come back. It was actually picking up dog poop because he had forgot it on the trail way down below by the beach, I think. And so he had to go all the way back down. And he said, well, I'm going to make a deal with God. Like, show me if there's a God that I'll find this blue kind of coral glass thing. It's like, sometimes it's pretty rare, I guess. And so he got down there, got his dog poop, and was walking back up. And sure enough, he found it. And then instantly he's like, oh, that's just coincidence. And so, it's like he says this happens to him all the time. He makes a deal with God, and then he just calls it coincidence. And so he asked his little boy, he said, what do you think? Something like that. Is it coincidence or magic or God? And his little boy said, it's all of them. And I thought, well, that's actually feels more close to the truth. And yesterday, Ben got out of the truck with his mountain bike and about to hit the trail. And, and he said, I just realized there's this voice in my head and it won't stop talking. And he said, who is that? And it's like, that's an interesting question. So then we kind of played with it, and it's like, yeah, and who's watching that voice? Like, is somebody who's noticing that there's a voice talking, and who's noticing that? Is there somebody or something noticing it? Like, who is that? And so we kind of played with that. And then I was on my run today, and I was thinking, when you die, does that voice stop? Or does it just keep going on and on and on and on? If it was broadcasting live for everybody here, we'd be like one of those mentally ill people walking the streets talking to somebody. It's like, what is that? And who is noticing it? So it's interesting thoughts. And it plays right into the work that we do to help people with their healing and with getting over imposter syndrome and anxiety and all that. One of my coaches, I love my coaches, and she knows that sometimes there's healings that happen for her on her behalf, and she even asks for them sometimes. And even without even asking like this, she just like, anyway. And she goes, I don't know what you do on the back end, Ralph, but I can tell something happens because, being really, really sick and then not being really, really sick. So kind of stuff like that. And what I've come to realize is there's something else going on, and maybe we won't know really what all that is, but it's really cool to play in that world because stuff can happen really fast, really fast. And I'm wearing Akbar's hat right now. When I about a year and a half ago, I was praying to God myself because we were in a funny spot. It's like just funny spot. Like, what's going on with our work and what are we doing out here? Why is our house not selling and stuff like that? And I literally prayed for a sign, and I got a message to call the number, Akbar's number. So he had a little phone number to book a call with him, and it was around his birthday, I think. In fact, I know it was, and he got on the phone because I had prayed like, please help me talk to Akbar, not just some sales guy. And it was Akbar, and he said, well, very interesting. It's kind of interesting, a little weird, I guess, but my sales guy just literally just quit to travel the world. And I thought, well, that's my fault, Akbar, or God's fault, or God something. And then later, a few months later, big changes, amazing changes. It was like a gift from God to talk to him and sign up with him and do stuff with him. And a few months later, I'm in Nashville. So I'm in Nashville at this conference, and I'm really considering like upping my my membership in the software that I use called ClickFunnels. And instead of paying a little under $300 a month, to up it up to $1,400. I think it was either $1,400 or $1,400 more a month for more stuff to help me get my work out to the world. And there's so many more coincidences, there's miracles in this story, but I'll cut right to the chase. So I was walking around like, do I do this or not? And I prayed to God, just show me a sign. And around the corner walks Akbar. And I'm like, okay. So I start talking to him and he says, walk with me. And he's walking back to his room and walking in, just nice and mellow and chill. And he asked me some questions and he says, what do you need for your business? And I said, well, I've got good, really great work. We do really good things, lots of miracles. People get healed, all sorts of stuff. And it's working. It's working. It's what I do. It's how I'm making my living. It's how I'm taking care of my family and helping a lot of people. But how do I take it to the next level? Reach more people, more impact, more people getting this work to end anxiety and get healthy and get what they want in life and get rid of fears and he said he looked at that program that I was thinking of considering. He said, well, that's not going to get you more people. And so I said, well, what is, you got anything like that? And he goes, well, we've got this accelerator program, but he didn't elaborate. And he went on and I just turned and I was like, okay, I'm not going to buy it. And then months later working with him and things are going great and really good. And, working more and more closely with Akbar and then actually being part of his team to help people get rid of anxiety and crush imposter syndrome and let go of fears, that inner stuff. I've got to start to work with some of those people and it's been really cool, really amazing. And I think I forgot where I was going with this. There was another miracle there. But when I think about it, like, what is all that about? Do we have to know what it's about? What I find is it's really cool to count the miracles and to acknowledge them and to be grateful and to thank God. The greatest athletes in the world, you see them score a touchdown or win a gold medal and they do this. They do this because they do things that's impossible. The big things, overcoming great odds. They do this. They go straight to spirit. They go straight to spirit. So my feeling is that little boy was right. It is all of the above, but it's God, right? So hope you have a great day. And, with all the stuff that's happened in the US and the elections and all this stuff, and people are talking some crazy stuff, what's coming down the road that's a whole nother story. We're just going to trust. We're going to trust God and follow the path. So have an awesome day and let's heal yourself and heal the world. Click like if you like this, click share if you think somebody could benefit from this. If you like these things, let's take some action and share this with the world. All right, you guys, I will see you tomorrow.